Alright, in this video I'm going to show you some strategies for solving anagrams, which are very common questions in general ability tests. Alright, so to begin with, here's an anagram for you to solve. N-A-I-T-P. So it's a five letters in that formation. With 5 letters in a word, there are actually 120 different possibilities, right? Because it's 5 factorial, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. How many possibilities would there be in a 6-letter word? 720, because you would just add a 6 to the front of that. 6 times 5 times 4. So as the amount of letters in the anagram increases, the difficulty increases quite exponentially. Right, so it's very hard to do it just forming every single possibility. So you want to use some strategies to solve anagrams. The first strategy I want you to look at is to look for likely combinations of consonants. So if we get rid of the vowels from our original anagram, you find instead of 120 possibilities, there's now only 6. These 6 here. And you can expand that to 12 by putting in the groups of vowels. You can put in the AI, try and fit that in, and the IA. Right, so you find if you do that, you'll quickly get to your answer, which will be paint. Alright, another strategy to use, alternate in a consonant vowel sequence. Here's another 5-letter anagram, so 120 possibilities. G-A-E-D-A. Now, can you arrange the consonants into the 2 possible sequences for me? That is, of course, G, D, and DG. And now fit the vowels around that so that you get a V, C, V, C, V, vowel, consonant, vowel pattern. How many possible patterns are there that follow this rule? Not too many. Did you see one that looked like a word if you did that? The word should be adage. A-D-A-G-E. An adage is like a proverb or a saying. Alright, rule number 3 is a very important one. When possible, start with suffixes. Right, so we've got a whole heap of suffixes here that you should familiarize yourself with. Suffix is the end of a word that often changes the part of speech. So you could, by adding, let me see, ly, you would make a word an adverb. Ness would be a noun. Shun is a good one, I-O-N. Alright, that's a noun, usually. I-F-Y, that'd be a verb. I-S-T and I-S-M, usually nouns. I-S-E would be a verb. Right, pay close attention to Y. When a Y appears in an anagram, it often goes at the end of a word. Alright, so you can straight away put it on the end. Alright, so let's have a look at another example. It's a 7-letter anagram here, G-I-N-E-A-L-D. With 7 letters, 5,040 possibilities. That's 720 times 7. It'll take a really long time, unless you have a computer brain. Right? But if you were to see the suffix at the beginning here, ing, rearranging G-I-N, you would quickly come to leading and dealing, because then you've only got 4 letters left, and only 24 possibilities. Alright, and the same applies to prefixes. Familiarize yourself with prefixes. So often suffixes will have a reverse form that is a prefix. Ed can be reversed into de, er reversed into re, en ending with en, starting with en. So yeah, en to, let's say, strengthen, that would be a verb. En at the beginning of a word. Encroach, again a verb, usually. Alright, so if we go back to our original anagram, which was paint, and we add re on the end of it, we can make a few different forms. We can make painter, if we use the er suffix, or repaint, if we use the re prefix. And there's even another possibility with the prefix of per, which is often to do with time, right? Perennial, permanent. But here it would lead you to the word pertain, which is actually a verb that means to be relevant to something. Right, so I'll leave you with an anagram to solve. This is a 7-letter anagram. Can you use some of the strategies we've looked at here to try and solve it? I won't give you the solution here. Put it in the comments if you're able to solve it, please. And in a moment, I'm going to show you how to use some of these strategies in practice to solve anagrams. Alright, now I've gone to a random website on the internet that gives you anagrams, and this one is called Anagram Mania. And this is a good example. Alright, I can see a common suffix there, T-I-O-N. I can see a prefix, P-R-O. It's going to be prohibition. Let's see if that's correct. Yes. Alright, we get 10 points for that. Alright, this is a short one. Sometimes the short ones are quite difficult. Alright, let's, what's the first letter? A. Alright. You can see a word like adapt is there. Adapter. Yeah. So not such a common suffix with the OR, but still managed to figure it out. Alright, yeah, let's put the Y at the end. Starts with R. Rotary. Alright, wow, look at this one. V. Okay, this is that's a word mint that doesn't really seem like a formal word. Whoop, typed the wrong letter. Voodoo. Yeah, another good strategy you can try is putting consonants, or not consonants, vowels actually, in groups of two. If there are two of them, group them together. You can do it with consonants as well, but that didn't apply to that example. Alright, C, this might have a prefix of con. You can see a word mourn in there. Okay, does it have a suffix? Con. Let's try con. I'm struggling. I got a conundrum. Very difficult one. Which means a riddle. Alright, so you see I never would have had any chance of getting that without the con prefix.